So you got the promotion, the raise came in, you're earning more money than you have ever earned before, but you still find yourself living paycheck to paycheck. You're stressed about money and you're wondering where your money is going despite the fact that you're earning so much more. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know that you are not alone in this. And you're not bad with money, but what you're experiencing has a name. And once you understand what's actually happening, then you can fix it. So let's get into the video. Hi everyone, my name is Bola Shokumbi. I'm the founder and CEO of Clever Girl Finance. I'm also the 6-time best-selling author of the Clever Girl Finance book series, as well as my most recent book, Clever Girl Millionaire. So let's talk about why your salary keeps increasing. You're making more money than you have ever made before, but you are still broke. And we're also going to talk about what you can do to fix that. Number one reason, you are experiencing lifestyle inflation. So this is a big one, lifestyle inflation, also known as lifestyle creep. And what happens is that your spending increases to match your income as soon as your income increases. So you don't even have a chance to create a gap between your expenses and your income because your spending is just accelerating as quickly as your income is increasing. So essentially, you're earning more, so you're spending more. New apartment, new car, new wardrobe, fancy vacation, upgraded plane tickets, things like that, eating out all the time, taking your friends out to celebrate your new salary increase, things like that cause your money to slip away very quickly. And in the moment, each upgrade can feel reasonable. I work so hard, so I need to get a new car. You know what? My apartment is too small. Now that I'm making more money, I need an extra bedroom. We kind of try to justify it in our mind when we're making these spending decisions. But the key is that we need to pause for a moment and really reflect on what our financial goals are. Yes, it is okay for you to want nicer things. It is actually okay for you to upgrade your life, but you want to do it within reason and not at the expense of your financial goals. The key is to decide what upgrades are actually worth it and make sense in the grand scheme of your finances and your financial goals. Not every income increase needs to become a lifestyle increase. Number two, your fixed expenses have crept up quietly. So you have those subscriptions, maybe you added more, you upgraded your package, maybe you now have higher rent or mortgage, you have a higher car note payment. These are fixed expenses that you pay every single month that, due to lifestyle inflation, have now quietly increased and compounded into, when you add all of them together, into a big number that's either exactly at your income or beyond your income, causing you to still live paycheck to paycheck. It could have been that that car payment felt affordable at the time. That mortgage interest rate felt affordable at the time, right? But once those fixed expenses, especially the big ones tied to loans, mortgages, credit cards, once those fixed expenses, those payments are locked in, it's hard to reverse them. So this is why you can be earning significantly more than you have in the past, but you can still feel like your finances are tight because of those fixed expenses that have quietly increased. It could also be that perhaps you had a mortgage that was at a variable interest rate that at the time felt affordable, and then that variable rate has increased significantly, and now you're having to pay more toward that mortgage every single month. So what you want to do is do a full audit of those fixed expenses, review every single one of those recurring expenses every single month, and determine which one of these is truly adding value to my life. And if you determine that some of these expenses are not, it is time to figure out how to downsize or cut them back. And I know that sometimes those bigger expenses like your mortgage or your car notes can be harder to downsize, but it is possible to do it. It might take time for you to sell your home, perhaps get a roommate or sublet, or refinance your car to a lower interest rate, or downgrade your car. But you really have to pause and ask yourself, is this worth it? Is it worth me being broke to live in this giant house, to drive this fancy car, when I could be pursuing my actual financial goals that I truly want to have? This is a question that you have to ask yourself and then make the decision to move forward. Number three, you never automated your savings first. So if your system is, I'm going to spend what I need and then save later, you're never going to have anything to save consistently at the end of each paycheck. Your savings has to come first before your lifestyle. And this is money that you're putting towards your future self, your retirement savings, your future goals, the things that you want to accomplish. You have to prioritize that first before lifestyle expenses. Paying yourself first is one of the most powerful financial habits that you can build. So every time your income increases, you want to automate a portion of that income towards your savings and investments before you ever see it. Just do it automatically. And you can automate transfers to savings and investments either through your payroll or through your bank on the date that you know that you get paid if you get a consistent paycheck on specific days. If not, set a reminder on your phone every month, every 2 weeks, whatever your payment cadence is, or at least once a month if you have an inconsistent income, to have money transferred automatically to your savings. Pick a date and then get that transfer done. One thing to remember when it comes to automating your finances is that you actually lived and survived on your old salary. So when you automate an extra percentage to go towards savings and your future self, you're really not going to miss it. Number four, you may find yourself with this big income but feeling broke because high interest on your debt is eating through your income. Credit card interest, mortgages, loans, buy now, pay later, those things that are tied to anything that you have that is debt that is tied to a high interest rate can quietly eat through your income and leave you with not much left over for your lifestyle or for your savings. And because of this interest rate, you may find yourself earning more, but the debt is actually growing at a different pace because of how this interest is compounding. So what happens is that you have more income, right? But you're making minimum payments to your debt and it's keeping you stuck. And so, what do you do here? It's really important that you establish a debt payoff plan that helps you pay beyond just those minimum payments so that you can get ahead every time you make an extra payment. You can get ahead of that compounding interest and eventually start to see your balances go down and in turn start to free up more of your income from going to debt and now being able to go to other things like your personal goals, your financial goals, and even your lifestyle. Your raises deserve to build your future. So it's really important that you make paying off debt, creating a debt payoff plan, a non negotiable in your financial life. Otherwise, what you're doing is lining somebody else's pockets with interest. Some big corporation, some big financial institution, you're lining their pockets with your interest payments, and you don't want that. So, if you find that a bulk of your income is going towards paying off debt, your number one priority right now is create a debt payment plan, pay more than the minimum as often as you can and start to bring those balances down so you can free up some of that income to do the things that you want to do for yourself. More income is only powerful if you have a strategy behind it. Clever Girl Millionaire walks you through exactly how to take what you're earning and turn it into real lasting wealth. So grab your copy wherever books are sold and then visit clevergirlfinance.com for 30 plus completely free courses to help you on your journey to building long-term wealth. Number five, you don't have a spending plan that reflects your actual goals. So when it comes to earning more money, it is not a financial plan. The fact that you're earning more money is not the plan. It is simply an opportunity that you can tie into a financial plan. And so if you do not have a financial plan, if you do not have a budget, then that opportunity of increased income just becomes more opportunity to spend your money. By having a financial plan, by having a budget in place, you're essentially able to tell your money what to do before emotions come into play and before impulse spending takes over. So sit down and build a financial plan tied to your goals and then create a budget that gives every single one of your dollars that you're earning a job to do for you. And you can do this by asking yourself simple questions. What do I want my money to do for me? What is my why? Is it tied to retirement? Is it tied to moving to a different city? Is it tied to a specific life experience? What do you want your money to do for you? Create your goals around that and then build your budget accordingly and make sure that you have specific amounts going towards this why, going towards those goals, in addition to everything else. Your increased income is not just there to support your current lifestyle, it's also there to help you secure your future too. Number six, you're not investing, you're just saving. Saving is essential. It's very important that you have money in the bank to help you get through situations if life happens. But saving is not enough to build wealth. To build wealth, you have to put your money to work for you. And the way you do that is by investing your money. If your income is growing and none of that income is going into investments, you're missing out on a core wealth building opportunity. Keep in mind that inflation by itself is quietly eroding the money that you have in your savings account. And so that money that you have in savings should be tied to short-term needs. For example, your emergency fund, short-term goals, things like buying a home and things like that. You do not want your long-term future self money to be sitting in a savings account being eaten away by inflation. The way you get this money to grow is by investing it. So every time you have an income increase, you want to have a conversation with yourself and ask yourself, how much more can I invest? So think about investing in index funds, your retirement savings, opening a brokerage account. Start to ask yourself, what opportunities do I have to invest? And how much more of my income can I put away for my future self to achieve those long-term goals? Your money needs to be working hard for you, not just sitting still in a bank account. And then number 7, your income keeps increasing, but you feel broke because you haven't defined what enough looks like for you. And this is a mindset piece that matters more than people realize. It's getting clear on what is enough. Because when you know what is enough for you, then you can minimize the pursuits, the constant pursuit of things, which in turn cause you to spend your money and overspend beyond your means. Because oftentimes, for many people, more income means more upgrades, more things, upgraded lifestyle, more, more, more. But when you constantly want more and there's no direction, then that just causes chaos. So you really want to define, what does freedom look like for me? What does enough look like for me? What does peace with my finances and in my life look like for me? Have a number, have a timeline, so you can understand what you're working towards, and then you can plan your goals accordingly, as opposed to being constant pursuit of more. Having a higher salary is an incredible tool, but it only works if you are intentional about using that higher salary to achieve your goals. Like I mentioned earlier, yes, it is okay to upgrade your lifestyle, to enjoy yourself, to enjoy the fruits of your hard work through your income, but at the same time, you want to do it within reason so it's not derailing you, so you're not constantly feeling broke, and so that you are able to secure your future self. So I'd love for you to share in the comments, what is the first change you're going to make based on what you have learned in this video? And if you know someone who has been in this paycheck to paycheck cycle, but they're earning a high income and their income is constantly growing, share this video with them to give them some insight. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.